The Seahawks and the Dean College nickname I forgot.
Bulldogs.
Bulldogs. It's Angel and Ascoli getting ready to bring it to you. We have cut it awfully close. The game is about to get underway in about 5 minutes. We'll tell you as much as we can, as soon as we can. But I think we're going to have to take a quick break, fellas, back at the radio station. So take a 60-second timeout right here. We'll be right back with you. Beautiful, beautiful football complex. Salve in the home blue uniforms, the deep blue pants, jerseys, helmets, white numerals. Dean here in white jerseys, maroon pants, maroon helmets, maroon trim. Salve comes in at 1-1, as this year they've defeated Worcester State 27-21, and last week in New Jersey lost to Montclair State 37-14. Kevin Gilmartin, the head coach of Salve, into his 6th season, his career record 37-16, and for Dean College, it's Steve Terrell in his 3rd year as head coach, his career record 10-12. He's a nearly 30-year collegiate coaching veteran. And we have the opening kickoff set to go. Dean Junior College will be kicking off to Salve. It'll be from our right to left as we look down, and the kick is a low ground ball. Will be scooped up at the 30-yard line, to the 35, to the 40-yard line, to the 45, and finally pushed out of bounds is Salve Regina. And on the return for Salve, Dylan Mirabile, right? Dylan Mirabile.
Mirabile is what I meant to say.
I knew you did.
But he did it, it was a short kick. He got it at about the 35, brought it out to the 45. So great field position for Salve on a beautiful afternoon here in Newport. It might even be a touch too warm if you're a player, but we're not going to say that very often, so we'll enjoy it while we can.
All right, it's going to be Jake Kelleher starting at quarterback, one of the 2 quarterbacks Kevin Gilmartin has used. He's in the shotgun. He hands it off, and this is Auriello. Joey Moriello, the freshman, gets the first carry, and he just barely got back to the line of scrimmage if he did that.
Yeah, I think he may have lost a yard or maybe even 2.
Yeah, they put him back at the 43, so it'll be a loss of 2, and 2nd and 12. Salve goes left to right. In the backfield with Jake Kelleher is a freshman, Joey Moriello, and also Dylan Mirabile for the most part. If there are 2 backs, right now there's just the 1. Slot formation to the left side for Salve on 2nd and 12. It will be another handoff. There's Moriello trying to go around the corner, but he's not going anywhere because right there waiting for him is Shannon Moxie, one of the captains for the Bulldogs. So nothing there wide right for Salve, and they're faced with a 3rd and long. He got the 2 yards back.
Yeah, he actually had one block out front, but he needed 2. and he didn't get that second one. So he did get back to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd and 10. Now, Kelleher is a guy that runs the ball fairly well, but a little bit erratic passing. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, he's not too efficient, but then same could be said for Tyler McGovern. So passing is a work in progress. Back to pass is Kelleher looking, throwing out on the wing. Wide open is Danny Hoffman. He's going to be right around the first down marker, but a little short of it.
A yard short, and that was a good throw. That was right on the money. And he just turned and got to the 9-yard mark. He needed to get 10. So let's see what happens.
4th and 1. Salve looks like they're going to go for it at the 46 of Dean. Left to right they go. Kelleher goes deep into the shotgun formation. And he's going to punt it from there. And it's not even Kelleher. Ball is knocked down. Penalty flag is going to be thrown for roughing the kicker. The ball ends up at the 10-yard line. And in to do the punting for Salve was Tyler McGovern, setting up like a shotgun quarterback. The punt was very effective, but Tyler went down with some contact, and there is roughing the kicker, and that's enough for a Salve first down. It's not going to be routine with Kevin Gilmartin in charge. And that time on 4th down and 1, kind of a quick kick results in a quick penalty.
I kind of thought they might even go for it on a 4th and 1, being that they were in Dean territory, but it turns out just fine this way. Now, whether this is going to be a big penalty or just a small one, either way, it's going to be a first down.
Mark Mesnick is the referee this afternoon. A little conversation going on. They'll mark it off from the line of scrimmage, which was the 45.
Just 5 yards.
5 yard. It's not roughing. It's just running into the kicker. So it's 1st and 10. Salve now at the 41 of Dean.
Now
Mike Saunders is the center.
Yeah, they get a little break there to keep this drive going.
In the shotgun goes Jake Kelleher. And movements, and Salve is going to be guilty of a false start, and it's not Kelleher, it's Tyler McGovern at quarterback.
A lot of guys were jumping that time from Dean College, so it's kind of a 50-50 here. Let's see what the call is. Yeah, they're having a conversation, so it's not obvious.
Each team has a member pointing the opposite way.
Of course, the officials in the shoulder pads.
False start.
It is going to be Salve. False start. A lot of guys jumped for Dean, so they must have seen some movement, and which caused it. If it's one guy, usually that's the encroachment call.
Well, Tyler McGovern, the quarterback, actually took a step back expecting the snap, and it didn't come. Then the lineman started moving. All right, 1st and 15. Now at the 46 of Dean. Back to pass. McGovern throwing over the middle and right into the arms. Ryan Lawton down at the 20-yard line. Wide open, up the middle. Ryan Lawton with the catch. A 1st and 10, Salve at the 20-yard line.
26 yards on the pickup.
Nothing wrong with that pass from sophomore, 6'5", 240-pound Tyler McGovern out of Attleboro, Mass.
Again, not both passes so far have been on the money, so maybe this passing game will get straightened out, maybe right here.
Slot formation left side. Snap to the shotgun quarterback. Kelleher this time. He throws. It's batted away. Nice defensive play by Shannon Moxie.
Well, he needed to throw that ball to the outside where the defendant wasn't, and he ended up throwing it to the inside right where the defender could bat it down.
It's almost as if Kevin Gilmartin is alternating his quarterbacks. Right now it'll be Jake Kelleher again. We've seen both Jake and Tyler McGovern on each several plays. The ball at the 20 of Dean, 2nd down and 10. The lone setback is Joey Moriello, just a freshman. Slot formation right side this time, 4 men front Dean, and the handoff is faked, kept by Kelleher. Gets around the right side, 15, down to the 10 and pushed out of bounds.
That's probably a first down. I think he stepped just inside the 10, although the official looks like he might have his foot just outside. Either way, they're moving the chains.
Jake Kelleher on the play fake up the middle, goes wide to the right side. He is an excellent runner and showed right there as he got him to the 10. 1st and 10. It looks like it's 1st and goal.
Yeah, it is. They have that second chain lying on the ground.
On the near side hash mark. Slot right. Handoff. Moriello had an opening, cuts inside and dives inside the 5-yard line. Thought about going wide left, then changed his mind and cut back sharply up the middle. Nice run that time by Joey Moriello.
Yeah, good vision that time. He didn't really have a way to go outside, so he cut back in, picked up 5, 2nd and goal from the 5.
Well, if I'm Dean, I want to know where Brendan Nunes is. He's the top receiver, and he's wide to the right.
And Kelleher might keep too. You don't know with this team.
From just inside the 5, 2nd and goal, movement on the front line. Here's the throw into the end zone, going back, making the catch is Brendan Nunes.
I think it's going to count.
It should, because jumping across was the Dean front line. This should hold up. Kelleher to Brendan Nunes, right upper corner of the end zone. Here's the official indication. Offside infringement against Dean is refused. No, thank you. We'll take the touchdown pass. Kelleher to Nunes.
Yeah, we'll take the touchdown pass. We're funny that way.
So an opening drive. Salve puts up a touchdown, assisted by a costly running into the punter penalty that kept the drive alive. On for the extra point is Andrew Veer, awaiting the snap. Here it comes. Here it goes. That looks good to me. It is good. 7-0 Salve, early first quarter action. It's more action coming your way after this on WADK.
Nothing beats dining out and hanging out on Newport's waterfront at Midtown Oyster Bar. Midtown's expansive lunch menu is
good field position, just as Salve did at their own 45. Let's see what Dean can do with it.
All right, at their own 37, Dean goes to work under the direction of freshman quarterback Terrell Watts. I set behind him. Deep back goes up the middle, finds running room. That is DeAndre Grange, another freshman, going straight ahead, getting up to the 41-yard line and a pickup of 4. Right to left go the Bulldogs here in their first possession of the game. DeAndre Grange is a freshman. Also in the backfield, usually Mark Dew, a sophomore. Very young team here. In the shotgun now, Terrell Watts, slot right. And the hand up goes to Grange again. He tries the right side, picks up a couple of yards, not much more than that. As he is stopped over there by a good penetration of John Salute, the defensive end, one of the captains of this Salve team, along with the other defensive end, Brandon O'Neill. Tyler D'Erico is a linebacker and one of the captains as well. So it's at the 43 where it's 3rd and about 4. Dean looking for a first down here. They've got some big guys up on that front line. 300 pounds, 260, 270, 330. Big time size.
Well, now if they could create a hole, they need 4 yards.
Under center, Watts on 3rd and 4. Fakes the handoff, rolls out, being pressured, throws. It is caught and complete and a first down. Pass is caught out there by Dean's 87. I don't have an 87. Of course I don't have an 87.
No, we don't have it.
We don't have anybody, so I can't tell you who caught the pass. I can tell you that making the tackle was Drew Balistreri, the junior linebacker. It's 1st and 10 at the Salve 49. Watts under center again. We'll give it to his deep back and charging ahead, spinning and churning, picking up nice yardage that time. For Dean is Eben Adrian. That gain is to the 45 of Salve, a pickup of 4, 2nd and 6. Eben, IBN, Adrian, Adrien, out of Newark, New Jersey. All right, Adrian comes out, and back comes DeAndre Grange.
2nd and 6 for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs on the move for the first time. Salve leads 7-0. Dean trying to come right back and respond. Slot formation to the right side. Shotgun for Terrell Watts. Looking to throw. Quickly does on a slant pattern. It's caught. And with the catch and the immediate tackle, Quintus Reed made the reception, but he was stopped right away.
Watts pass complete to Quintus Reed.
So that gain is down to about the 42 of Salve. Brings up a 3rd down and 3. So the Bulldogs are mixing it up. Sometimes Watts goes under center. Sometimes he goes shotgun. He is a very dangerous runner. So far, he hasn't tried.
3rd and 2 for the Bulldogs.
And out comes the big center, Jordan Reyes, 300-pounder, a junior. Watts is going to have to call timeout. He's not sure of the play. He only had Grange in the backfield with him. So we're in the first quarter. Salve scored on their first possession. And now Dean College trying to come back and answer with their own march. This 3rd and 3 play should be interesting. I'm going to guess, and it's not too wild of a guess, this is going to be a 4-down territory situation. It's a non-conference game, so you might be a little bit more aggressive here than if it were a conference contest. Boy, we had a great night last night for playing football out of Portsmouth. Beautiful night. Now we've got ourselves a great afternoon full of sunshine. Might be a little toasty if you're wearing a football uniform, but from a spectator's point of view, this is pretty darn cool. All right, the line of scrimmage is the 42 of Salve. It's a 3rd and 3. The Bulldogs are going right to left as we look down from the press box at Topa Field on the artificial turf. Watts will work under center. Grange is behind him, the single setback. Single wings, left and right. Movement on the front line, and it looks like the Bulldogs will be guilty of a false start and make it a little bit more challenging when they mark off the 5 yards and make it a 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, someone on the right side of the line jumped. Now personnel is going to shift because they're looking at 3rd and about 7 now.
Yeah, they've got to get to almost the 39 of Salve. The ball is at the 47. So that sets up the 3rd and 8 as the Bulldogs break it out and look confused as to what the formation is. Now it turns into a trips to the left side, single wide out to the right side. Watts in the shotgun, takes the snap, looks, throws over on the far side and is batted away. Great defensive move by Hayden Pereira to step in front of the intended receiver and swat it away, setting up 4th down.
Now they'll punt.
Looks like the punting crew is coming on, and that means that going back deep for Salve will be John Good, the sophomore. He'll be standing right around his own 10-yard line. The punts are handled by Quintus Reed, who steps back and waits.
Pretty versatile freshman.
There's the snap, and he's going to throw it downfield, and it is going to be incomplete.
Oh, let's see if they get a flag.
They will get a pass interference because never turning around was the defender. Salve got fooled. John Eichner was on the defensive side of things. He never turned around. He just all of a sudden realized there's a pass receiver downfield. And that pass interference is going to result in a penalty marked off from the line of scrimmage and give Dean College a chance to continue the drive.
Well, what happened on that play was that, as you said, the defender never turned around. Wow, that was a long one.
15 yards,
Yeah.
50, down to the 31.
Yeah, it's like it was, okay, to the 31 they go. But the defender never turned around, and the receiver, as he went to go for the pass, had to jump for it. He jumped right into the defender, who had no idea that it was a pass play, I get the feeling. So it ended up being interference, and absolutely was.
Well, a 4th down penalty helps Salve mount a scoring drive. Let's see if this 4th down penalty does the same for Dean.
And both coaches being a little creative on punt formations.
Watts with a quick pass overthrows his intended receiver, Tyjon Poole, on the right side. Quick looking pass over there in the flat, incomplete. 2nd and 10 for Dean College. We're in the first quarter. About 8+ minutes to go, and it's 7-0 Salve. This is the first possession for the Bulldogs, and they are at the Salve 31, 2nd and 10.
Now you have to understand, Quintus Reed, who's the punter, is also the backup quarterback.
Out come the Bulldogs in a shotgun formation with a slot formation to the right side. Watts has the snap. Little pitch over here. And caught in the backfield by Hayden Pereira is the intended run by Errol Bro. He set up as a wideout to the right side, came across to the left, took the pitch from Watts, and waiting for him was Hayden Pereira coming up from his cornerback position.
That was a really fine play.
And that's the second big play by Hayden Pereira from the defensive backfield.
A loss of 10 on that run. Wow.
Back to the 41 of Salve. 3rd and 20. Watts will stay in the shotgun formation. Again, slot right. Takes the snap, drops back to punt on the play fake. He's got run to room on the left side. He's got room to run, too. And he's going to be dragged down at the 40. Nice catch-up job by John Salute from his defensive end position to come charging over and put a halt on the run by Terrell Watts. Gain of 2 yards to the 39. It sets up 4th down and 18. Now let's see what happens. Looks like a punt formation, and we've got a different guy punting this time. One of the big guys, Corey Billups.
Now, what do they have in mind here? A snap to an up back, perhaps?
Corey Billups awaiting the snap. He gets the snap, and he gets it away.
Nice
Good
punt.
high kick. They'll let it bounce inside the 1, and it will get into the end zone for a touchback. Corey Billups, by the way, I was looking to see his size. He's a mere 6'2", 260 pounds. That's one of your bigger punters. Oof. So Salve holds, helped out by some very clutch defensive plays, and they'll start at their own 20-yard line after the punt into the end zone. And back to work will go the Seahawk offense that features center Mike Saunders, 6'1 junior, 265. Guards Blake Guerreri, sophomore, 5'8", 275, and junior, 6', 235-pound Kyle Wisniewski. We'll get to the rest in a while. Double slot formation. And it will be a handoff. And with a run off tackle left side is Joey Moriello.
Good run, too. He picked up 6.
He's out of Colts Neck, New Jersey, 5'8", 160. Not a big guy. There are no big backs, although Dylan Mirabili is not bad, 195 pounds, but he's not in there right now. So the gain is out to the 26, 2nd down and 4 for Salve, who goes left to right here in this opening quarter. And here is a fake handoff, and keeping it is the quarterback. That looks like Jake Kelleher, and Jake is in there for what looks to be a 1st down as he gets out to the 30-yard line.
That's what he needed.
So that'll be 1st and 10 Salve at their own 30. 6.5 minutes remaining in the opening quarter. 7-0 Seahawks. This is their 2nd possession of the game. They put slots left and right in the spread formation. Shotgun for Jake Kelleher. Drops back, throws over here on the near side. It is almost picked off. That would have been a pick 6 for Gene Baisden, but he couldn't quite hang on as he cut in front of the intended receiver.
Yeah, he jumped the route perfectly, and it goes right on his hands, and he was bobbling it kind of as he was heading toward the end zone, and finally it fell to the ground.
2nd down and 10 for the Seahawks. Kelleher remains in as the quarterback. Again, Jake is sophomore, 6'2", 190-pounder out of Hopkinton, Massachusetts. He'll put 2 wide receivers, Danny Hoffman and Brendan Nunes, out here to the right side. Looks like Ron Cruz out to the left. And the snap in the shotguns, and it's going to be kept by Kelleher again. He's at the 40, and he's tripped up and dives to about the 43-yard line. That play fake into the line has worked effectively at least twice for Jake Kelleher to find running room, and this time a 1st down results at the Salve 43.
He's got 3 carries for 27 yards right now, and we'll take that.
13-yard gain right there for Jake. Good size, good runner. Moriello's his single setback. He's on Jake's right shoulder. Trips to the right side. And it will be a handoff to Moriello going wide around the left side. What the burst of speed by Moriello right in front of the Dean bench on the far side. Very close to that 1st down marker. He stepped out a little bit before it, though, but he's into Dean territory. They'll mark his forward progress.
Just inside the 50, it looks like.
Looks like the 49 is where they'll put it down.
Exactly that.
That'll be second down and about 2 here for Salve. Mixing it up, runs up the middle, runs going wide, play fakes, pass now and then, trips to the right again. Shotgun for Jake Kelleher, gets the snap, fakes to Moriello, throws it downfield, turning and looking and making the catches. Brendan Nunes, penalty flag is thrown. Could be some contact by the defender out there, David Marino Silver, but now they may say it's Brendan Nunes who pushed off.
Really?
No. Now they're pointing.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Good call, though. I mean, there was contact. There was a little hand-to-hand there, but it was definitely the defender, I think, that committed the penalty. They're not happy, but down to about the 20-yard line, maybe the 19.
It is the 19, and it was an underthrown pass, but maybe by purpose, because Brendan Nunes stopped the pattern and kind of jumped over the defender to make a really nice catch.
Picked up 30 yards on the play.
1st and 10 at the Dean 19-yard line. Trips now set up on the left side. Kelleher gets the snap, gives it to nobody. He keeps it himself. Goes out wide to the right side, gets away from a couple of tackles, stays on his feet, gets to the 10, pushed out of play. Penalty flag thrown right as he is pushed out of bounds.
He's a good runner. This is not just a good runner for a quarterback.
Looks like the call being made by head linesman Josh Freeburn.
They only give him the 13, and they're picking up the flag.
They are picking up the flag. So the gain stands for Jake Kelleher.
About 6 yards.
As he tried to go off tackle right side, then decided to go wider, shook off a tackle and went wider still, and got down to the 13.
And again, breaking tackles as he went. He's a strong runner.
Second down to almost 4 here for Salve. They put the trips to the left side again. Kelleher in the shotgun, looking to pass. Throws and comes up underneath the intended receiver, Brendan Nunes, but he was covered very well this time by David Marino Silver. And a good thing that Jake got rid of that pass because he was about to be slammed from behind. Good pressure applied that time by Dean.
And he intentionally threw it into the ground, too. There was really not much chance of completing that pass.
So it'll be a third down situation here, 3rd and 4. Ball resting on the 13 of Dean. Salve with a 7-0 lead.
Well, let's see if they go back to the ground.
Moriello gets the handoff, goes wide left, follows the blocking, drives his way forward to a 1st and goal down around the 7-yard line. Stop finally made out there by Dean Junior College Waddell Asius. 1st and goal. Joey Moriello picks it up following some real good blocking on the left side where Pete Noonan, Blake Guerreri, and Mike Saunders are. Maybe even tight end Tom Benowitz. 1st and goal for Salve. They are at the 8-yard line. In the shotgun is Kelleher. Moriello right next to him. Kelleher takes the snap, pitches it to Moriello, wide, 5. Moriello dives, knocked off his feet before he can get to the goal line. It'll be down around the 1 on the run by Joey Moriello, and that pitch was interesting.
Yes, it was.
Just over a defender.
Yeah, he gets right down to the 1. He needed 8, got 7. And right now the running attack, despite the maybe the linemen are a little undersized compared to Dean, they're getting some good blocks right now.
All right, from the 1, 2nd and goal. And this time it is going to be Moriello trying the left side, following the blocks, driving it in for the touchdown. Joey Moriello following the blocking on the left side. That's Ryan Lawton, that's Pete Noonan, Blake Guerreri, just pushing and pushing, and just getting across is Joey Moriello, the freshman. So 2 possessions for Salve, 2 touchdowns for Salve, with now 3:08 remaining in the opening quarter.
That was an 11-play, 80-yard drive.
Andrew Veer on for the extra point. Max Yates is the holder. The ball is on the way. The ball is through the uprights. It is now 14-0, Salve Regina. Time for a timeout here on WADK. For Sean Napolitano and A1 Roofing of Newport, it's not just about roofing, it's about peace of mind. That's why all roofs installed by A1 are warranted. A1 Roofing is a GAF Master Elite Roofer, a distinction held by are listening to Salve Regina University football on WADK, WADK.com. Bob Angel with Jim Ascoli and producer-director back in the studio, Dan Marcello. Andrew Veer to kick it off. 3 men deep here for the Bulldogs. The kick, long, high kick on the far side will be picked up at the 15-yard line. Up to the 20, to the 25. Rolled around and caught is Errol Bro. This time a much shorter return. And the Dean offense will go to work. And it looks like they'll be starting on their own 26-yard line. That time about a 10-yard return. So it's a 14-0 Salve advantage over Dean College out of Franklin, Mass., a member of the Eastern Collegiate Football Conference, or ECFC if you will. They are a provisional member of Division III this year. Last year they were 4 and 6 overall. Shotgun for Watts in the quarterback formation. Looks to pass on the far side and gets it right there, right on the money. And making that catch is Tyjon Poole, freshman out of New Haven. Perfectly thrown pass from Terrell Watts out of New Haven. Up to the 45-yard line, about a 19-yard pickup, and 1st and 10. Probably the best offensive play of the afternoon so far for the Bulldogs, who put the slot formation to the right side, put that slot back in motion. Here's a pitch to him. Coming around the corner is Quintus Reed, caught and brought down by Brandon O'Neill from his defensive end position. He was chasing him from behind, and Brandon caught up to Quintus Reed. Brought him all the way back to the 40-yard line, a loss of 5, 2nd and 15. Front line features Brandon O'Neill and John Salute, the captains at the ends, and in the middle, Nick Palucci out of Hopkinton, Mass., and Rich Rabori from New Jersey. Rich goes 270 pounds. Nick goes 260 pounds. Again, the slot to the right. From the 40, 2nd and 15. Terrell Watts, play fake, back to pass. There's a crowd, there's a sack. He's down inside the 35-yard line. And again, it's John Salute leading the charge. He is a veteran, he is good. He's out of Mahwah, New Jersey, 6-footer, 225-pound senior captain.
Loss of 7 more. They're going the wrong way.
Back to the 33, brings up 3rd down. They've got to get to the Salve 45-yard line. That's about 22 yards away. 3rd and long for the Bulldogs, trailing 14-0 with just over a minute to go in the opening quarter. Trips out to the right side in this shotgun formation. Watts rolling out to the right, looking to throw on the run, lets it fly, and it will be overthrown. Intended out there for an open Errol Bro, but just a little too much strength into that pass by Watts.
And he had some good pressure on him, too. He had to get rid of it when he did. If he had maybe another second, he could have kind of floated it just a touch more.
So who's going to punt this time? It's going to be the big guy, DeCorey Billups.
He apparently is the punter because he got off a good one last time.
And back goes John Good for the Seahawks. John's a sophomore out of Rockland, Mass., and some whistles are blowing here. Let's see if we can get the chain squared away, I guess, before we let the punt fly away. The line of scrimmage is the 33 of Dean. They've shown signs here and there of some interesting offense, but for the most part, no consistency.
Yeah, I was going to say, they just moved the chains, and they need those chains to be there. I mean, if Dean runs a play, and gets close to a 1st down, you'd like to know where it is.
Snap, Phillips will get it away. High kick, bouncing, hitting at the 35, now down to the 30 and rolling, and John Good will get away from it, and it takes a good Dean roll down to the 21-yard line. No, 20-yard line.
Yeah, about a 47-yard kick. That's a beauty.
Very effective punting there by DeCorey Billups out of Manchester, New Hampshire.
Well, we're late in the 1st quarter, 42 seconds left to go. Salve has owned it so far, leading 14-0.
They'll start at their own, just over their own 20-yard line. It's now actually closer, Jim, to the 21 where they put it down. So it'll be Jake Kelleher bringing out the offense. For the first few plays, he was alternating with Tyler McGovern. Of late, it's been all Jake, and his running has something to do with that. He's out there with his single setback, Joey Moriello, the freshman, right next to him. And he'll give it to Moriello, trying to go on the left side. Follows a little bit of blocking, not a whole lot of room. Short gain that time for Moriello in there to make the stop for Dean is Eben Adrian.
Well, you got to be really happy if you're the Salve coaching staff that you've got a freshman and a sophomore in that backfield and both having a good game.
So the pickup for Moriello is about 3 yards to the 24, 2nd and 7. And with that, the first quarter is about to come to an end. And so far, it's Salve in charge.
difference in this game is Salve is able to run the ball, and so far Dean has not.
All right, Kelleher working from the shotgun. Sets it up. Takes the snap. Hands it off. Moriello tries the left side. Cuts back again. Great move. Joey Moriello out to the 39-yard line before he's finally caught up with and brought down by Gene Baisden, the linebacker.
Picked up 11 yards on that carry, and man, is he showing some cutting ability.
Yeah, he cut that perfectly, trying to go wide left, and then all of a sudden put the brakes on and went straight on.
Right now, Joey Moriello has 11 carries for 54 yards, nearly 5 yards a carry, plus he's got a rushing touchdown.
At their own 39, 1st and 10 for Salve. 8:15 remaining in the first half. Again, Kelleher works from the shotgun and some movement in the front line. Let's see who the guilty party is.
Can't be doing that. I think it was Salve.
That'll slow them down just a bit.
Or is it? We'll see. I
think they're marching that away.
Yeah.
Which is not the good way if you're a Salve fan.
Nope.
5 yards back to the 34. 1st and 15.
Well, 8:11 to go in the half, and as we've said before, Salve has pretty much owned this half. Dean had one scoring opportunity, but the Salve defense came up on a 4th down stop.
All right, 1st and long. Shotgun. Kelleher. Moriello the handoff. Right side. This time he can't turn the corner. Slowed down and brought down for little or no gain.
He may have even lost a yard on that one.
Good job over there that time by the Dean. Lateral pressure led by London Chambers, the sophomore linebacker.
They're going to give him the line of scrimmage, so it'll be a no gain on the play.
2nd and 15 for Salve. Trying to keep a drive alive, leading 14-0. You know, Dean's not out of this thing, but if Salve can continue this moving and driving, using up the clock.
Yeah, Dean's definitely not out of it, but so far they have not shown too many signs of, being able to put the ball into the end zone. In fact, they haven't.
Big size advantage for the Dean Bulldogs, but Salve doesn't seem affected by it. Back to pass Kelleher. Straight drop. Looking, being chased out of the pocket. Now he's got room to run if he wants it, but he's going to throw. Penalty flag. Ball's knocked away, incomplete.
Going to be a hold.
Intended out there from Mike Nestor.
Yeah, it's a Salve holding call. So, if you're Dean, you might make him walk it back.
Yeah, well, Jake had some running room. There was nobody in front of him for about 10 to 12 yards, but he let it fly, and just as he did, the flag was dropped.
Yeah, it's hard to know whether the hold came before the decision there because, it's going to go back 10 more yards, and now it's going to be 2nd down and kind of half a Newport.
Back at the 24-yard line, they've got to get to the 49. So it's 25 yards away on 2nd down.
Well, that's not exactly half of Newport.
not quite. Maybe half of the boulevard. All right. Here's Kelleher in the shotgun. Trips to the left side. It's a handoff. And looking to run is Mirabile. Dylan Mirabile gets the call. Trying to go left side, short gain. First time we've had a handoff to Dylan, who is a sophomore out of Fairfield, Connecticut, 6'2", 195.
Well, one thing you're learning about this team, as you call this game, is how young they are. This Salve team has got freshmen and sophomores playing key roles.
All right, it'll be 3rd down and really long. Ball at the 28 of Salve. They've got to get out to the 49. Let's see how Salve handles this situation. Coming in to help out will be Pat Travers, a wide receiver, a sophomore. Trips to the left, double wides to the right. Back to pass Kelleher, no protection. Throws it on the far side, and it is caught out there. Nice catch by Salve's number 3, Brendan Nunes, but he'll come up just shy of a 1st down. Great second effort by Brendan to get some extra yardage, but it got him to about the 47, which leaves it at 4th and 3. They mark it at the 46.
Hey, and not a bad idea. Just get it out there to Brendan and see what he can do with it, which he did. He turned upfield and came about 3 yards short. And to be honest with you, they don't look like they're bringing in a punt team.
Well, last time when they were in a punt situation, or the time before that, they ended up showing offense and then kicking.
That's true. Yeah, they brought in the backup quarterback Tyler McGovern to do that.
I think they're going to let the play clock run until they have to call a timeout and think about this. There's no attempt at any kind of formation. So Salve's taking a timeout. 5:18 to go in the half. Salve leads 14-0. They're looking at a 4th and 3 at their own 46. We'll be back in 30 seconds on WADK.
Newport Propane and the Sherman family have been serving Rhode Islanders.
Veer is on to punt.
No, I have no problem with this at all. It's not a bad move.
There is the snap, and here is the punt. It's high, not too deep on the far sideline. Fair catch is called for.
Whoa.
And just making the catch.
Whoa.
That's a great catch by Shannon Moxie.
But if that comes out of his hands, there are a lot of blue jerseys ready to pick it up and bring it into the end zone.
So a nice punt by Andrew Veer. That one just kept on sailing. Don't have much of a wind factor here that I can see.
Now the flag is breezing from our right to left, so that would have helped that punt.
So they end up at their own 15-yard line, the Bulldogs do, and go back to work on offense, led by freshman quarterback Terrell Watts.
And with the trouble they've had moving the ball, this was really the play for Salve, was to punt that ball.
Watts will go into the shotgun formation, slot formation to the right. And the handoff goes right up the middle, and Grange has running room and spins away from the hits. He's got one man to beat. Grange downfield will be pushed out of bounds at around midfield.
Wow, that's a really good run, and he just stepped out of bounds before he was gone.
It was Matt Sylvia, the East Greenwich sophomore safety, who finally caught up to him enough to nudge him out of play at midfield.
Well, there's your first really big play by Dean College. A 35-yard run by DeAndre Grange.
A freshman making it count. Big gain for the Bulldogs. Watts wants to pass. Throws it far downfield, and it is knocked away. Oh, what a great timing leap to knock that one away by Salve Regina. And let's see who that was. Do I have him out there? That's John Good. John Good leaped up and just did deflect that pass. Nice play. The receiver was actually a step ahead of John. Just enough underthrown for Good to get a hand on it.
Yeah, and that was a really, really fine play.
2nd and 10. Trips to the right side. Salve four-man front. Watts, play fake, looking to throw. Comes out and overthrows his intended receiver, probably on purpose. Quintus Reed was out here in the right flat.
Yeah, he was by himself. I mean, he could have made some sort of a move. That throw was a little behind him. That almost was a lateral, but it did go out of bounds, and they're not calling it a lateral.
It'll be 3rd down.
10.
And 10. Let's see how the Bulldogs want to handle this. Let's see if the Salve defense can continue to thwart these threats that the Bulldogs have been able to mount every once in a while. Single wide out left, double wides to the right. Dual backfield, back to pass. Watts throwing long, down the far sideline, and overthrows its intended receiver. 2 penalty flags are thrown. The nearest official did not throw a penalty flag.
It's amazing, isn't it?
2 other officials way downfield or crossfield did throw flags, and apparently they saw something the official very close did not see.
Yeah, there was a receiver, a defender, and an official within 3 yards of each other, and 2 flags came from, a long way away. So it's going to be 15 yards down to the 35 of Salve, and Dean gets to keep their drive alive.
A break here for the Bulldogs with 4:29 to go in the half, down by 2 touchdowns.
Now let's see if they can make it work for them.
Slot right formation, shotgun Watts. Hands it off, straight ahead. And it's, that's even again. Not getting too much, even Adrian. Went straight ahead for about 3. Slowly they unpile. And Bulldogs shaken up. Getting in on the stop was linebacker Matt Messner out of Midland Park, New Jersey. And a Dean College player on his back, and that might be the ball carrier.
I was going to say the same thing.
Adrian.
Could be Adrian, because I don't see him anywhere else. And that's where the play was stopped.
Stopped at the 31-yard line, so a gain of actually 4 on the play. And a momentary lull here. We have 4:14 remaining in the half. Salve's up 14-0. Adrian now in a sitting position. They're just kind of slowing him down before they let him stand up. And here he comes, jumping back up. It is even, and he looks to be okay.
Yeah, maybe landed on the football. Looks like he's shaken up a little bit, but I think he's going to be fine.
Junior running back out of Newark, New Jersey, Eben Adrian.
Are there any seniors in this game? Boy, I'll tell you, it's freshmen and sophomores.
Well, I tell you, Salve lost 26 seniors through graduation last year.
My goodness. So, yeah, a little replenishing going on, and a lot of it is being done by youth.
2nd and 6 for Dean College. They'll use a split backfield beside or behind the shotgun quarterback, Terrell Watts. Takes the snap, pitches it wide, and looking for running room is Reed. Jumps over a defender, gets the first down, and heads out of play inside the 25-yard line. Very smart run by Quintus Reed.
Yeah, they could have had him before that. But he kind of jumped over a tackler, and he gets down to the 24-yard line, pickup of 7 yards and a first down.
Even though he went over the sideline, they do not stop the clock. The ball is now at the 24-yard line. 1st and 10 for Deans.
They do have plenty of time.
They're mounting another threat. So far, they haven't been able to get into pay dirt. Trips to the right side. Watts in the shotgun. Gets the snap. Looks to throw. Goes far side to the left. And this one is going to be overthrown in the end zone off the fingertips of the intended receiver, Julian Burris. But even if he caught it, I think he would have been out of play.
Yeah, it did seem that way.
So Watts just a little off the mark there again. The receiver had his man beat, this time by a couple of steps. They've got the quickness and the speed. Burris, Reed, Bro, Poole.
Yeah, a lot of the passes have been either incomplete or we've had penalty markers thrown. He's only completed 5 passes, and 3 of them were very short yardage.
2nd and 10 at the Salve 24. Slot right formation. Watts hands it off right up the middle, and there's Grange with some running room. Gets down to about the 15-yard line before he is finally stopped. Getting in there again was Matt Sylvia from his defensive safety position. Up to the line comes Dean in a hurry at the 15 on 3rd and 1. Watts gets the snap, hands it straight ahead. Grange has room on the right side, dives down to about the 6-yard line before he's brought down. And that time, making the stop for Salve. Getting in there was Charlie Connell, the strong safety. Up to the line of scrimmage again. The Bulldogs, 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. Hurry up offense.
Look for Reed again. He's as hot as a pistol right now.
Slot right formation. Grange the single setback. Gets the handoff. Big hole in the middle, but he stumbles and loses his footing. Balistreri helps bring him down around the 3-yard line. It looked like Grange could have gone right in had he not lost his balance.
I meant to say Grange if I didn't. I think I might have said Reed for some reason, but he does get to the 2-yard line.
2nd and goal. Dean taking charge of the line of scrimmage. Now they slow down the offense a little bit and do not come up to the line of scrimmage.
Now remember, if they score a touchdown here, and it looks for all the world like they're about to, they're going to get this thing to 14-6 or 14-7 or 8 and be right back in it heading into halftime.
All right, Watts goes to the shotgun formation. He's got Reed behind him. Quintus gets the handoff. He goes up the middle, spins his way through into the end zone, and that's a touchdown for Dean. So Quintus Reed, the freshman from New Haven, just went right up the middle, spun away from the initial hit, and walked into the end zone. Bulldogs are on the scoreboard, now looking for the extra point kick, and those chores belong to Nick Grimaldi. And it's not going to be Nick. It's going to be somebody else. It's going to be Colby Moore lining up for the extra point. There's the snap. It's on the ground, but the ball is down, and the kick hits the upright and comes back. A low snap on the ground was set up just in time, but Colby Moore only could do it off the upright left side, so no extra point there for the Bulldogs. 14-6 Salve with 1:48 remaining. A 30-second timeout right here.
They play for team. They play for school. They play for the love of the game. They are the athletes from your hometown. VD Mercedes-Benz and VD Volvo Cars of Tiverton present the Athlete of the Week with Bob Ingram. Listen every Sunday for the VD Mercedes-Benz, VD Volvo Cars of Tiverton Hometown Athlete of the Week.
The athletic company return man.
Exclusively on AM 1540 WHSC.
At Topa Field, Bob Angel with Jim Ascoli. Our producer and director is Dan Marcello. It's 14-6 in favor of Salve.
Dean back in the game, and don't forget they will receive the opening kickoff in the second half.
There is a large crowd here, as usual, at a Salve game. I wouldn't call it a packed house, but there are a lot of people here.
And most of them have my parking spot.
Here is the kickoff, and it's a low line drive,
And
end
short.
over end. Rolling around, picked up inside the 30-yard line, and trying to run it back. It looks like Balistrieri. Nope. Is that Mirabile?
I think it is.
It is Dylan. Dylan Mirabile gets close to the 40-yard line on a short kickoff that will set up the Seahawks with 1:40 to go in the half, right at their own 40-yard line.
Well, they did him a little favor with the short kickoff. I mean, it really shortens the field for Salve. Salve hasn't been throwing the ball very, very much. Right now, passing, they are 6 for 9 for 90 yards. But, they've been successful with it so far. So, if they can get a big play on first or second down, they'll put themselves in business with 1 minute and 40 seconds left to go in the half.
Brendan Nunes wide to the right side, but it's a handoff. No, it isn't. It's Jake Kelleher keeping it and going off the right side for just about 4 yards. So it'll be second down and about 6. The ball marked on the 43 of Salve.
What they don't want to do is they don't want to get careless here and throw a pick or something. They do have a lead. It's 14-6. Better to go into the locker room with that than to give the ball back to Dean here.
Kelleher in the shotgun. Cracked a pass, straight drop. Throws on the wing, and it is incomplete. Intended out there for Joey Moriello out of the backfield. Off his fingertips, brings up a third down and stops the clock with 1:09 to go in the half.
Well, that was one of those that the pass was a little bit high and the catch was a little bit missed. You know what I mean? It could have been completed, but just kind of missed the mark.
All right, Danny Hoffman's going to be over on the right side wide with Brendan Nunes.
This is something new for Salve this year. Usually they are rushing to the line of scrimmage. It's a little bit more deliberate this year.
Spread formation, Kelleher straight drop, has time, throws over the middle and finds his receiver. That's the tight end, Tom Benowitz, at the 30-yard line of Dean.
That's a beautiful throw.
Right over a defender, and I mean just over the outstretched hands of a defender, into the arms of Tom Benowitz.
26 yards on the completion.
First and 10 at the 30. Less than a minute to go. Kelleher to pass. Looking, has time. Doesn't see anybody open. Runs for the sideline, then throws it at the last minute to stop the clock. Incomplete. 50 seconds to go in the half. Yes, Salve does have a field goal kicker named Andrew Veer, but they're not in his range yet. They got to get about 20, 25 more yards. They're at the 30-yard line.
Yeah, so they're obviously with 50 seconds to go in the half.
Again, Nunes will set up wide on the right side with Hoffman. Snap to Kelleher, straight drop. Drops it off a little screen. It's caught by Moriello. 25, 20, 15. Still on his feet. And then finally pushed out of bounds right around the 5-yard line. Joey Moriello out of the backfield, wide open.
I'll tell you, this has been a pretty impressive drive so far.
They say he went out at the 9-yard line. First and goal, Salve, with 40 seconds left in the half. Salve goes back to work. Kelleher in the shotgun, puts trips out to the right side. Snap, whistle. timeout, Salve. All right. At least it's not a penalty. 40.5 seconds remain. Salve leads 14-6, first half action. They are threatening at the 9-yard line on first and goal. Jake Kelleher has had himself a very productive first half, both running and passing. And now it's a challenge to see if he can put his team on the board one more time before the half runs out.
Now they're in field goal range, too. Jake Kelleher is 7 for 12, 111 yards. He's thrown a touchdown pass. Running, he's 6 carries, 29 yards, nearly 5. But Joey Moriello, 12 carries, 54 yards. And he's also caught that pass just now for 21 yards receiving. So those two guys have really been a great tandem. And, of course, give some credit to the offensive line for making sure they have time to do what they're doing.
Yeah, the offensive line, Mike Saunders at center, Kyle Wisniewski, Blake Guerreri at the guards, Pete Noonan and Elian Telford at the tackles. So at the 9, it's first and goal for Salve. Kelleher by himself in the shotgun formation, trips to the right side. Kelleher pump fakes, just dumps it down over the middle, incomplete, intended for Danny Hoffman, who was slanting right across from his right wide out position. Stops the clock. Now 37.8 seconds to go, second and goal.
You know, they're about 5 or 6 yards more than an extra point from here, so a field goal is certainly an option if they don't get the score out, on third down or second down.
Moriello will join Kelleher in the shotgun formation. Handoff, Moriello gets off tackle, trying to escape from it, can't, gets down to about the 5, holding on and making a good, solid tackle for Dean Junior College. We give him credit. That was apparently even Adrian, who comes in to play some defense, as well as running every now on offense. No, I take it back. It wasn't even. It was Travis Byers.
Another timeout called.
30 seconds to go. It's going to be third and goal. Now at the 6-yard line is where they mark the forward progress of Moriello. So let's see what Salve has in mind. And will indeed they settle for a field goal attempt if this doesn't put up 6 points on this next play?
I think they would. If they're confident that he can hit it from here, unless they, run the ball or get the ball down to the, half-yard line, I think they'll take the 3 if it comes to that.
All right, Salve's offense heads up to the line of scrimmage. Third and goal at the 6. Nunes and Benowitz split out wide to the right side, as does Danny Hoffman. It's like 4 wideouts now on the right side. Kelleher being rushed, throws into the end zone, intercepted in the end zone.
Boy, oh boy.
And this is Adrian finding running room. He is going to be chased and caught from behind. It's not Adrian. The ball comes loose on the tackle. They say it was down.
The ball came loose. A helmet came loose.
Travis Byers with the interception and a saving tackle at midfield. I think it might have been Danny Hoffman who caught up to him. We've got Salve clapping at midfield. Let's see what this is all about. This may be coming back.
Boy, I saw nothing resembling that. Pass interference against Dean. Oh, my goodness.
So the interception is wiped off. The return to midfield does not count. We're going back to the other end, and Salve's going to get another chance. It'll be third and goal.
It'll be from
the 3.
Half the distance, so that'll get it to the 3. Not an automatic first? Not sure.
I'll wait for an indication.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Our referee is Mark Mesnick.
Wow.
He gave the penalty indication.
Boy, I'll tell you, that is a enormous break for Salve if they get points on the board. If they don't, it's no big deal. But down to the 3 it goes.
Watching the chains to see. Right now it says third down.
Yes, it does. So I think it's probably going to stay there.
So it is third and goal, apparently, from the 3.
Kelleher gets to learn his lesson on the fly. Don't do that again. That's the only thing is a turnover here that can mess this end of the half up.
19 seconds left in the half. Salve with the ball. It is going to be a third and goal situation. Half the distance marked off, but not an automatic first down. See how Salve sets it up. They put Brendan Nunes wide right. They put Danny Hoffman wide right. It was either Brendan or Danny who caught that interception return by Byers, who caught up to him, that is. But as it turns out, the penalty nullifies all that. Salve gets another chance.
Well, that was an awfully quick penalty, too. I mean, that play took maybe 2 seconds to develop.
Pass was over the middle in the end zone. A lot of Bulldogs were nearby.
And I know maybe what was happening is that the Salve guy, it is first down, by the way, the Salve guy was knocked off the ball, which kind of cleared somebody for an interception.
So Salve does take its last timeout.
And it is an automatic first down.
As they do change the marker over on the far side to first down. So no more timeouts for the Seahawks. The ball is on the 3, first and goal. So with 18.9 seconds left, you've got time for at least 2 plays. Let's see how it goes. The Dean defense getting fired up.
Salve has no timeouts left, however.
All right.
Dean has 1.
So you don't have to pass the ball, but if you run,
you better be
can't
ready to
stop the clock.
Yeah, you better be ready to run up and spike it.
Out comes the Salve offense.
If you're going to run, you have to call 2 plays.
Jake Kelleher at the quarterback controls has Joey Moriello right next to him in the shotgun. Hoffman in the slot to the right out there with Brendan Nunes. Kelleher fakes the handoff, keeps it, and it's dragged down, hauled down. Big time tackle made by Brett Williams. 290-pound defensive tackle, and apparently Salve did have a timeout left because they're calling one.
Well, yeah, the scoreboard had nothing where the timeouts left was. I thought that meant 0. But he lost about almost 3 yards on that. He never had a chance because they had somebody keying on him. He faked the handoff, looked up, and there was a Dean player ready to swallow him up, which he did. So I think we're going to go for the field goal here.
9.4 seconds left. It's second down and goal from the 6. Technically, if you want to look at it realistically, they would have time for a quick pass into the end zone. Hopefully not one that would be intercepted. If it falls incomplete, then you've still got time.
Yeah, that's true. 9.4 is enough time.
So let's see what Kevin Gilmartin and crew have in mind for this scenario of second and goal, now at the 6 after a loss of 3.
No one has ever accused Kevin Gilmartin of being conservative. They are going to put the offense on the field. If there's going to be a field goal, it's not going to be on this play.
Split backs around the shotgun quarterback Kelleher. Single wideouts left and right. Kelleher looking for Nunes in the end zone. Comes back, can't get to it. Incompleted pass. And that will bring up third down. And now with 4 seconds to go, that will bring on Andrew Veer for a field goal attempt.
It's from the left hash mark, so he's going to have a little bit of an angle. So we'll see how that plays.
They'll put the ball down at the, looks like the 13-yard line. Now, let's see, they might take another step back.
I think it's the 6. Oh, you mean where they're going to, yes, exactly. So a 23-yard field goal attempt.
For Andrew Veer. Veteran kicker out of Wethersfield, Connecticut, the senior. Awaiting the snap. There it is. Ball's down, the kick's on the way. It's plenty long enough, and it's accurate too. The last play of the first half is a 23-yard field goal by Andrew Veer. And as we go to the break at halftime at Topper Field, it is 17-6. Salve Regina leading Dean College. Lots of action in that first half. We've got a whole nother second half yet to come. And, of course, a lot of halftime activity here as well. The scene is Topper Field at Freebody Park in Newport, Rhode Island, right next to the International Tennis Hall of Fame. The surface is artificial, installed last year by Salve Regina University. And this is a non-conference game between 2 pretty close foes. Dean not that far away, up on 495 in Franklin, Mass. All right, we will take a timeout. We'll come back and get into our halftime situation. So stay with us here on WADK and WADK.com.